Part 5 of civil engineering MCQs related to construction, and the question we got over here is question 46. According to National Building Code, the hydrants in water mains are provided at minimum interval of 50 meters, 60 meters, 75 meters or 90 meters. Okay, so hydrants, these are actually connection points, okay, which are generally used by the firefighters, and they can tap into the water supply easily, okay. And these are component of active fire protection, okay. And actually hydrants, these are provided or installed in the main water supply line, you can say. So according to National Building Code, and it is code, so there is nothing to explain about these guys, okay. So according to National Building Code, the hydrants in water mains is provided at minimum interval of 75 meters. That's option C, okay. So the correct answer to question 46 is option C. Next question, it is about plaster, okay. So the X-ray rooms are plastered with plaster of Paris, barium plaster, Martin cement, Kane cement. Of course it is barium plaster, okay. So because barium salt is added into the mortar paste, or you can say into the cement and sand, and it is BaCl2, that is just an inorganic compound, you can say, okay. So option B, that is correct. And plaster of Paris, these are for ornamental works, okay. Martin cements, Kane cements, these both guys are almost the same with little changes. So these both are also used for ornamental works, okay, never used for the X-ray room, you can say. So that is BaCl2 or barium salt, which is added into the mortar, okay, to plaster X-ray rooms. Question 48. The type of footing which is used to transmit heavy loads through steel columns is grillage foundation. Of course, it is grillage foundation, okay. Rough foundation, that is just a total slab, okay, and this can be RCC or sometime PCC, so that is not an option. Wheel foundation, that is deep foundation, and the load is never transmit into the soil through steel columns in the wheel foundation, okay. So this is also not correct. That is wheel or well, okay. Option D, isolated footing. Isolated footing is also not correct because it is RCC footing, okay, and you can say steel columns are never used in the isolated footing. So steel columns are provided in the grillage foundation. That means option B is correct over here. Next question, and it is about Dutch bond. Dutch bond is a modification of English bond, stretcher bond, header bond, single Flemish bond. Okay, to answer this guy, it is important to know about Dutch bond first, okay. Like as you can see in the diagram, Dutch bond actually consists of alternate courses of header and stretchers. But there is a simple modification over here. Like as you can see, just look at the first layer of stretchers. It starts from the 3/4 bed of brick, okay, also ends at the 3/4 bed, as you can see this one, okay, and then a header layer is placed. But as you can see in the second layer of stretcher, header is placed after the 3/4 bed, as you can see this one, okay. As you can see, this one is 3/4 bed, and then header is placed, okay. At the end there is a 3/4 bed, but before that a header is placed, okay. This is just the Dutch bond, okay. As you can see, it is almost the same thing as English bond. Stretcher and header are just appear in the elevation, okay, except these 3/4, and it is almost the same thing as English bond. So it is modification of English bond. That means the correct answer to question 49 can be option A. Okay, next question. In clay soil, swelling and shrinkage characteristics prevail. Yes, of course, clay soil swells and shrinkage take place over there, okay. That means that is correct option. Consolidation continues even after several years of construction. Of course, clay soil consolidation is actually the natural compaction, okay. So it continues even after several years of construction. That's also correct. Differential settlement is generally prevalent. That's also correct, okay. That means the answer to question 50 is option D, all of the above, because all of the above are correct, okay. Those are correct statements. All right. Question February 1. Which one of the following activities is not correct is applicable to brick corbels? The maximum projection should not be more than the thickness of the wall. No, that's not correct. The maximum projection of each corbel course should be limited to quarter brick at a time. That's also not correct, okay? The discontinuous corbels are used to carry heavy concentrated loads. No, they are not used, okay? So that is also not correct. Stretcher bond is generally used for the construction of brick corbel. Sometimes header bond is also used, okay, and but mostly generally the stretcher bond is used for the brick corbel. That means option D is correct for the question February 1. Alright, next question. In ordinary residential and public buildings, the dam proof course is generally provided at ground level, plinth level. Yeah, plinth level is correct, okay? Water table level, midway ground level, and water table level. Just look at this section, okay? It is a typically section, and as you can see, DPC over there. Just this black, okay, layer represents DPC, of course, okay. And as you can see, it is provided the plinth level, okay. Ground level is just below this guy. So DPC is always provided at the not always, okay, generally, because there are types of DPC, vertical DPC and inclined DPC. Those can be different, those can have different positions and locations. However, generally I'm talking, okay, DPC is provided at plinth level. Okay, that is option B. Question February 3. In which of the following pairs both trees yield soft woods? Deodar and shisham. Deodar is soft but shisham is hard. That means it is wrong. Cher and sal, cher, that is also known by pine, okay, is soft but sal is hard. And again in C, sal is hard and teak is soft. Option D is correct because both are considered as soft wood, okay. Cher is also soft and deodar is also soft. These both guys, do not lose their lips annually, okay. They remain evergreen, okay. That means option D is the correct answer to question February 3. Alright. Next question. Question February 4. The raft slab is projected beyond the outer walls of the structure by 5 to 10 centimeters, 15 to 20 centimeters, 25 to 30, and 30 to 45. There is actually no limit for the projection. However, generally I'm gonna say in many books, okay, it is recommended that 30 to 45 centimeters projection can be made beyond the outer wall of the structure, okay, in the raft foundation. Like as you can see, let's say this is raft slab, okay, or you can say slab of raft foundation, and let's say this is a wall. So the projection means just this portion, okay, these lengths, okay, and it must be 30 to 45 centimeters. That means option D is correct one over here. Alright, next question. In grillage foundation, distance between flanges of grillage beam is kept 40 centimeters, equal to flange weight, twice the flange weight. Yes, option C is correct over here, okay. Maximum of ABC. Just look at this diagram. This is a beam, or you can say girder, which can be placed in the grillage foundation. So when you place one girder or beam, then a measurement is made equal to the 2 flanges weight, okay, or you can say twice the flange weight, and then another beam or girder is placed. That means twice the flange weight must be the distance between 2 beams or girders. That is option C. Alright, next question. Okay, just wait for the part 6. And hey, if you like these types of videos, please hit that subscribe button, press the bell icon, and never miss an update from Engineer Boy.
Thank you dears for watching. See you next time. And wassalam.